Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law. We've got a great show for you today. My good friend Rae Finley, the women's basketball coach at the University of Florida, is our guest today. How are you doing today, Kelly?
I'm fabulous. Thank you for having me on, Jeffrey.
I know. Well, this is exciting. There's a lot going on. We're getting ready for women's basketball season, and we also have some exciting news as far as an event coming up that we want to tell everybody about. Let's start with what's going on as far as women's basketball at the University of Florida.
Oh, we're about to tip off official practice come Monday, so we're in our final week of the preseason. We're excited. We're looking forward to now I want to tell you this. I know I said this last year, but this year we're much, much better on the defensive end.
That's very, very important,
and
right?
We're really, oh, man. It's been a crux of ours. It's really, really important that we excel on that end, that we turn our defense into some offense for us this season. So we have a whole group of newcomers that are very exciting, very talented. We had a great practice yesterday. We've got a lot of experience at the guard position, and some young up-and-comers in the forward position. Call them posts or forwards. Nobody likes to be called a post these days, Jeffrey. So.
Why?
You don't want to be constricted to the block.
I got you.
Traditional post play. So we're forwards, we're inside out, we're versatile.
In the old days, we had, strong forward and you had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position.
And way back in the day, we had the offensive players and the defensive players, right?
Right.
Oh, it's much different these days.
So, Kelly, tell us first, who are some of the the newcomers?
Yeah, absolutely. So Caterina Piatti comes to us from Italy. She is, I have to tell this story from practice the other day. So Kat is a tremendous post player from Italy. She can stretch the floor. She can shoot on the outside.
How tall is she?
She's 6'5".
That's
and y'all are going to really like what you see when you come to the O-Dome to check us out this fall. But I will tell you this. Liv made a pass to her the other day, right? She caught it.
Liv McGill,
yes. And Kat has great hands. So she caught the ball, boom, one dribble, spin, finish, layup. And Liv told her, she said, "Man, Kat, you're the cheat code." Kat was like, And I'm thinking, okay, so after practice, I said, "Hey, Kat, do you know what the cheat code is?" She said, "No." I said, "That might be the best compliment I've ever heard Liv give somebody." That means like it's too easy for you, right? Too easy. So that's Kat. Nidhi Yek comes to us from Canada. She's a really physical player, something that we've really been missing as of late. But she's naturally physical, also can stretch the floor, very versatile, can play 2, 3, 4, 5 positions for us, a national team player as well. And then our other freshman is Amelia Dakvich from Australia. She played for the Australian national team this summer. She's just quick. I mean, her transitions are quick. They're elite. And you can tell she's been playing a high level of basketball for a long time.
That's great. Yeah. So men's basketball has 2 Aussies on the team. You have 1 Aussie on the team.
And let me tell you, we actually have 2 too.
Oh,
so
really?
Sarah, and most people wouldn't know this, but Sarah Dang transferred to us from junior college, but she hails from Adelaide, Australia as well.
Well, Patricia, my wife, and myself are planning a trip to Australia in 2 years.
Oh.
So we're going to be making best friends with all the Aussies on both teams.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, and Alex and Mills, actually, they went to the same high school when in Australia. So that was, I think, comforting for her knowing that she has a familiar face coming to school here.
And the men's team, both the guys are from Perth, Australia.
Yeah.
So
there's always a connection. The world is small, is it not?
Well, let's talk about the international flavor, not only for the Gator women's team and men's teams, but all over the United States.
Absolutely.
What's going on right now with that?
I think there's an influx of international players. Obviously, it's we had an activity the other day with our team, And I asked them, in your hometown, what are the Gators known as? And every single one of them said the best of the best, the place to go if you want to be the best. So that's the reputation of Florida in general, and then from an international perspective. But then, over the country, right? There's more and more opportunity, in large part because of NIL. But just because in the SEC and women's basketball, it's the best of the best.
Yeah. I mean, the SEC really dominates in almost every sport. And I've been out preaching to the choir that women's sports, the number one women's sport, as far as visibility on TV and everything else. So we need to be number one in women's basketball. That is when you think of LSU, you think of South Carolina, gymnastics gets a lot of focus, but it's a very short season.
Absolutely.
There's only 5 events at home, which sell out. And, that I'm trying to think of other sports. Women's softball gets a little bit of attention in the spring and all that. Certainly volleyball gets some attention. But
which they had a big 5-set win the other night.
Yeah.
Go volleyball.
Yeah, we got a new coach, and I think, Mary Wise is amazing. To lead a program for 33 or 34 years like she did and have top talent year after year was great. Now we're entering a new era. My focus has been on how do we get the women's basketball program at the University of Florida to the level that most of our other programs are at, right? At the University of Florida, no matter what event you go to, chances, track and field, swimming, women's softball, men's baseball, the other men's sports, for the most part, are all top 5 in the country. And when we do the Learfield award at the end of the year, the University of Florida gets So it's like
we gotta women's basketball is ready. We're ready to help champion being in not only the top 5 but in that number 1 spot again.
Yeah, well, we should be. The University of Florida, we have. Everything that we need. It's funny, you talk about the being known around the world.
Absolutely.
Patricia and I were in Europe for 6 weeks this summer, and we got a chance to meet Kat, the Italian lady. And Patricia actually met with her dad and Kat and got to know him a little bit. People in Europe, when you say, where are you from? We don't say Gainesville, we say Florida, because everybody knows Florida. Everybody thinks Florida is Miami, right?
Absolutely.
Now, when you drill down and you talk about universities, then they figure it out. But Florida has a huge name.
Absolutely.
There's Florida, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and a couple other places, and that's so. In some ways, internationally, when you say we're the University of Florida, it's got a good ring to it. It's got good name recognition.
Absolutely.
So, tell me, what is the game plan as far as elevating University of Florida women's basketball to the next level?
Well, in order to do so, we feel like we have the best of the best in terms of people surrounding our program, a strong foundation with our fans, people like you, your wife, and a whole another group of tremendous fans and supporters, right? But how do we elevate that, right? How do we use the foundation that we have in order to continue to grow? And I think that's a great question. We're kicking off this fall with an event that we're actually here to talk about called Elevate, the French word in honor of Lex Dizeko, one of our seniors.
I love Lexi.
Is French, yes, French-speaking Lex Dizeko, who opted to return for her final year of college basketball and as she works on her master's. But an elevated swamp style, should we say. So show up with your best swamp style. It's a fundraiser to support women's basketball. This Thursday, October 16th. Get your tickets now. Jeffrey has the information regarding that, but it should be a wonderful night, kicking off homecoming weekend for the Gators in support of all of our teams, but championing our cause that we're championing. Excuse me.
That's a long word.
I don't know why
That's
that was so hard for me.
Championing.
Championing.
Yeah.
How about that? There we go.
I'm not.
Is mental wellness, right? And in the
Yeah.
world that we're in, it's ever more present than and needed in that space. But
Yeah, and mental wellness, is all different levels.
Absolutely.
And once you become aware of it, it's sometimes easy to catch it. If somebody's feeling lonely,
Absolutely.
or something's happened really bad, you try to be their friend
Absolutely.
and give them a little bit of love. Right?
Yeah, for sure. And we talk a lot about how do we show up in this community, right? How does women's basketball show up? What do we stand for? What do we support? And those kinds of things. And not only how do we show up for each other. And so that can be, we talk a lot in sport about how we train our bodies. We invest a lot of time in that. And we're training our mindset and our mentality is equally as important.
So let's talk about this event, Kelly. We got the women's basketball, we call it fashion show. It's October 16th, which is a Thursday. There's a VIP reception starting at 6:15, followed by general admission at 7:15, and it's at the Cade Museum. What a great place to have an event. I don't know if you knew this, but Patricia and I were married at the Cade Museum.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay, we'll have to see pictures.
I think we were the second couple married at the museum this is when they first opened.
Okay.
So we're all going to wear our best Gator attire, right?
Absolutely.
So even if you have goofy, colorful shirts that are Gator attire, you can bring them. But you got to wear them, right? That's part of the deal. It's going to be a really fun night. We got the Dazzlers coming. Of course, all the players are the players going to be dressing up.
Absolutely, they're going to walk that catwalk.
Okay, well that's kind of
You'll
cool.
see them in a different style, right?
Yeah, I was down in the Villages last week for a fashion show, and they I dressed up and I did the catwalk. I did the turn.
Okay,
and the whole
we might have
thing.
to have some guest appearances, guys. I don't know. Some people, they're vets,
Yeah. I was asking them, I said, well, what am I supposed to do? They say, you walk, right? You turn around, and I wore some colorful socks. So at the end, I kind of pulled my pants up
I
and
bet that
showed
was a
my
hit.
socks, and they like that. So this is a fun event. It's a fashion show. What we're trying to do is to bring awareness to the awesome women's basketball team and the players that are here. We've already got engagement on the men's side. A national championship doesn't hurt. Yeah. And what we need, and I think what happened there is all of a sudden the NIL money started flowing.
Well, that's funny you say that, because Todd and his staff have done a tremendous job, and their student athletes performed to the best of their ability. And there was an investment that came before that. And that investment has been huge in the foundation that they've been able to lay, which has propelled them to that national championship. And it's because of Gator Nation, and not only their, clapping, cheering, moral support, but also the financial support that's been put behind them.
Yeah, I mean, look, winning, tends to generate more fans. More fans, more winning generates more money. And so it's a chicken and the egg, issue, which is,
Which comes before? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
Well, it's both is the answer.
It is.
Okay, because winning definitely is important. And when you start winning, then people start taking more interest.
Absolutely.
On the other hand, once you start winning, then you get the money coming in. So I think the winning comes first.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard though because there's certain programs that we compete directly against, like LSU and South Carolina,
Absolutely.
And then of course, Texas and Texas A&M, they got, oil money to burn, right? And Oklahoma's not a slouch. And, the fact is in the SEC, there is a lot of money. It would be interesting, not right now, but to chart the kind of financial support your competition is getting. I'm sure that LSU and South Carolina, who are past national champions,
Absolutely.
are getting, tons of support. However, we need to figure out the game plan. I think you're doing an incredible job bringing in really top talent that's going to be competitive.
Yeah, we feel really, we feel like we're in a great position this season. We're young. We had a great practice yesterday, like I said, but we faced a lot of adversity. And so the ability to do that, experience wins in the SEC. Experience is a huge asset to any team and any program. But then again, you're having 24-year-olds and 18-year-olds, right? There's a big difference for those of you that have kids between 18 and 24. Oh boy! But I'm really looking forward to the upcoming season and the product we're going to put.
I want to talk about the returning players, Kelly.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about who's coming back.
So Miara O'Neal returns to us. Layla Reynolds, Alexia DiZecco, Davi Mendode. She didn't see a lot of minutes for us last year, but been really pleased with her progress this coming year. She's really coming into her own, becoming less shy, and it's really translating to the basketball court. And then Liv McGill in that point guard position. And so we felt like we were able to retain elite talent. There's a monetary value, which is what we've been talking about a lot here today already. There's also a non-monetary value to everything that we do, and that's the environment that is Florida, which you spoke to, Jeffrey. You are the company you keep, and the company we keep is the best of the best, right? It's elite in every way. And so we're really looking forward to you all seeing how they've grown over the course of the last summer. Layla Reynolds didn't have a summer last summer. She had hip surgery, and she was able to return to us. And she was really courageous in playing the season when she didn't feel like she maybe was quite as prepared as she wanted to be. But being able to play that primary ball handling position, stretch her game a little bit, go out of her comfort zone, it's really going to pay off for us this season.
We traveled with the team to, I think it was Texas A&M.
That's right.
And during the warm-up practice, the day before, I went over and talked to Miara O'Neal, and she's always bombarded by, her father, is the big shadow over her, right? I don't ever say anything new about her dad because it's about her, right?
Absolutely.
So I went over to her and I said, Miara, I've been watching the women's basketball, and you're really improving a lot over the year. And she looked at me and she said, do you really think so, Jeffrey?
Absolutely.
I said, yeah, you're really starting to improve.
Yeah.
And I think this year you're going to see her talent level.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And Liv McGill is
yeah.
going to be the general,
She's
of the
on
team.
another level. Yeah, absolutely.
We're bringing in, our Italian stallion.
I'll have to tell her you said that. Yeah, but and not to interrupt you, Jeffrey, but I would be remiss not to say that Liv McGill was chosen to be the USA point guard for the under-19 team this summer. And you're spot on with Miara. I think you're going to see the two of them, and the level of their game has risen over, it just comes with maturity, experience, knowing what to expect. But, for forwards like Miara, it takes time. It takes time. And you see that in glimpses in practice. She's probably about another year away from being the best of her best self. But the progress that she's made, I don't think she could make much more in the off season.
Yeah, well, that's great. I mean, I'm really excited. Last year we had a lot of bumps and bruises, and Rashea Kyle was
Absolutely.
I mean, oh my God, that poor girl was, just trying to get from one end of the court to the
Yeah,
next.
she did her very best as well. I mean, she excelled coming off of knee surgery, and that was a hard task for her as well. And you really saw us start to peak in the latter half of the season. We look to continue that momentum in the early part of the season.
So let's talk a little bit about folks listening and watching that want to support the women's basketball team financially. We have the fashion show coming up October 16th, but in addition to that, we're really interested in building the fan base.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of different ways that you can donate to support the women's basketball program. What are the best ways for folks that want to get involved with the Gator basketball team, the women's team, to show their financial support?
Absolutely. Obviously, Florida Victorious is a great way and a great place to start. But feel free to reach out to our assistant coach, Jasmine Saborov, if you have other ways that you want to monetarily support us. Her cell phone is 352, and yes, I am giving it out on this podcast, okay? 352-663-4974, and that's either to purchase tickets for the fashion show, or you can go on our social media links. You'll see links to the fashion show to purchase tickets, as well as our new club, Gator Connect, which there's different levels and lots of opportunity to connect with our team and our coaching staff as well throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend, going to the Gator Connect, Gators WBK, women's basketball.
That's right, and you can find the links right there.
On Twitter.
Absolutely.
So if you go on Twitter and go to Gator WBK, like women's basketball, you can find all the links there. The phone number, again, 352-663-4974.
And call Jasmine, and she'll be able to connect you with any opportunity that we might have.
So I will tell I'll tell our listeners that women's basketball is a blast. Not only that, we're in the friggin' SEC.
Let's go!
I mean,
come on!
I mean, every week after week after week, you're seeing the top talent in the country, right?
Absolutely.
And we really need to understand the quality of the games going on. There's an entertainment component to all sports.
Absolutely.
And that the players, they're playing their hearts out. For us as fans, we want to see high level basketball. I promise you, if you start going to the women's basketball games, you will see some of the highest level of talent in the country, both on our team, on the other teams that come down. There's no bad teams in the SEC. It's like,
oh no, there surely is not. Every night is a battle,
Yeah.
and that's what we talk about a lot. Is if you want to be a professional, right? Every night, there's no nights off. In some leagues that might be the case, but in the SEC that's most definitely not.
Yeah, but it's great. It's you really we want to get the program to the point where we're feared in the SEC.
Absolutely, and that's going to start with our home court advantage.
That's right.
So we need people in the seats, in the stands, and again, any ideas you have too are most welcome. For us. In your support,
and you know
just
what?
creating a hostile environment, right?
I came up with an idea. If anybody has, boys club, girls club, groups of kids that want to come see Gator basketball, you can even just go through Meldon Law or meldonlaw.com and ask me, and we'll make sure it happens.
Absolutely, we appreciate that, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
it's like, come on, and most of the games are on good days, like a lot of them are on Sundays, right?
Absolutely.
You know, so Sunday's a perfect day for, you know,
A Sunday
for the
afternoon
family.
matinee.
Yeah.
Bring your family and
Yeah.
support your Gators.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, during the week, they're usually in the middle of the week on the evenings. And so really, the number one thing, I think, is for us to focus in on building attendance and enthusiasm for the Gator team. That'll propel the players to do their very best because of the excitement and enthusiasm. So if anybody out there wants to fill the seats and get our Gator basketball women's program a big boost, that would be a great project. And Meldon Law is willing to do whatever we can to make that happen because...
Take them up on this offer, guys. Come on, don't let it go to pass.
Yeah, so the phone number for Meldon Law is 352-373-8000. If you want free tickets, just call that number, 352-373-8000, free, and I'll see to it that we help you get your group of kiddos into the arena and see some great basketball.
Awesome. Yeah, we tip off November 3rd, so don't want to let that pass by. I know it seems like it's a long ways away, but it really is just right around the corner.
No, and I'm looking forward to seeing the team compete this year. It's going to be exciting. Again, I want to one more time talk about the fashion show. It's October 16th. That's a Thursday in the evening, 6:15. There's a VIP group meeting, and then there's a 7:15 general admission for the fashion show. It's at the Cade Museum, which is on South Main Street in Gainesville, Florida. You're to wear your best Gator attire. Goofy Gator stuff is acceptable as well. It's going to be a big party. The Dazzlers are going to be there with the players supporting mental wellness, which is a huge concern. This is an opportunity to do something not only to support the basketball team, but also mental health in and around our community. So let's get behind them. You can purchase tickets online through Gators WBK on Twitter, or call Jasmine at 352-663-4974. So anyhow, anything else we need to cover today, Kelly?
I think that's it. Thank you for having me, Jeffrey. I really, truly appreciate it. And
we have 9 minutes until the practice starts.
I better hustle over there, but thank you all, and look forward to seeing you this upcoming season.
Okay, we're going to be back in just a minute on Meldon Law Friends with what's going on in the community. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Thank you again, Kelly. We appreciate it.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there, and I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again.
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Somebody else hit us here.
Here we go again. Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I want to give you a little update about what's going on in the area. First, I want to remind you, Meldon Law has been in the North Central Florida community since 1971. We've been serving all of Florida since that time. I remember as a young lawyer, I used to travel all over. I was in Miami one day, and I was up in Pensacola the next day, and Jacksonville the third day, and Tampa or down to Daytona. So we love hearing from you no matter where you are. Meldon Law handles cases involving serious accidents, personal injuries. If you've been in an accident, please give us a call. There's no charge, no fee at all unless we successfully win your case, which we do maybe 99% of the time. And based on the information I have, we get more than double what the big box law firms get for our clients, which is an amazing statistic, which is little known, except within the industry, that the big box law firms are making a lot of money by settling cases for less than their full value, in my opinion. So just a little bit of knowledge helps when you decide whether to hire the law firm that advertises the most on TV and talks about how many millions they got for their clients. I look at their results and I laugh because we have dozens and dozens of cases that exceed what they're advertising as far as their settlement or trial verdicts. And it's our goal to make sure that you get the best result possible for your case. And we have a very detailed system in order to accomplish that result. At every stage of the way, we give our clients a Ritz-Carlton experience. We stay in touch with them. That's the number one secret that we have. We actually stay in touch with our clients. If you want to meet a Meldon, Carrie Meldon or Jeffrey Meldon in South Florida, you can meet Jessica Meldon Nassim, my daughter, and our newest addition to the Meldon Law team. Jessica's been a lawyer for 16 years, but she finally decided to join the family firm after reaching great success in the nonprofit world. Some things going on in the community. Let's talk about that. The Gator Latino Film Festival is going on for the next week and a half. Wednesday, September 17th, that's tomorrow from 5:30 to 9 p.m. at Heartwood Soundstage. There's a powerful film going on with Gloria del Pacifico, a Peruvian historical epic that brings the War of the Pacific to life with breathtaking stories. Very interesting. Something right up my alley, Absolute Queen, a Queen tribute in Ocala, September 21st. I'm going to try to make that this coming Sunday, September 21st at 7:30 at the Riley Arts Center. If you haven't been there, it's great. There's a great tribute band for Queen. I've been to several tribute shows there, and the acts are great. So let's support the Riley. It's a cool, very cool venue. Check it out. In Ocala again, World Equestrian Center from September 24th to the 28th, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's exciting hunter and level 2 jumper classes that are going to be performing, and the World Equestrian Center is the Walt Disney World for horse people. It's amazing. I've been out there a bunch. We love it. So check it out. And spectators get in for free, and parking's included. So do it. Again, September 24th through 28th. Just go to World Equestrian Center, their website, and you'll see the exact times for each of the shows. Big game. The Gators are hosting Texas Longhorns Saturday, October 4th at 4:15 p.m. at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. It's going to be probably the highest paid ticket in the history of Gator football. So get your seats early. Again, Gators versus Texas. Texas was ranked number 1 preseason, so they got a team. Another tribute to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers at the Riley, again, October 11th. That's October 11th at 7:30. And the weekend of November 9th, 10th, Tom Petty weekend in Gainesville at Heartwood. It's going to be an amazing show. Meldon Law is the sponsor for Tom Petty weekend, and we made arrangements to bring in Bob Dylan's son and his group. That's Jacob Dylan and Wallflowers is going to be performing at the Tom Petty weekend this year. Just Google Tom Petty weekend, and you will see all of the packages and all of the great events going on. The groups that are coming all love Tom Petty. They all have Tom Petty songs in their repertoire in addition to their regular sets. So if you haven't been out there yet, do it. If you have been out there yet, I don't have to tell you how great a event it is. And this year, they're really stepping it up. They've enlarged the stage. They're fixing up a lot of the facilities. And I think this year is going to be a showstopper as far as talent. So let's support Tom Petty Weekend coming up. A couple other things. I just wanted to talk about my book, Buying Florida Auto Insurance. It's an absolute essential for anybody that lives in the state of Florida because insurance in Florida is different. All 49 states except Florida have mandatory insurance requirements for liability insurance. So what does that mean? If you're hit by another car, and it causes devastating damage to you, the other car probably has little or no insurance, and it's legal in the state of Florida. The only state out of 50 states. I don't understand why it's the insurance industry buying off the legislature and governor, in my opinion, because how does State Farm, Geico, Travelers and, United, USAA, all of that, they all sell liability insurance mandatorily in all the other states except Florida. I think the real reason is they're making a fortune off of PIP insurance, which is sold to low-income people as well as to the rest of us, and they're taking advantage of us. They're ripping us off, in my opinion. A major ripoff. They charge thousands of dollars for literally no coverage, and the coverage has been whittled away to almost nothing right now. So Just remember that. Go get my book, Buying Florida Auto Insurance. It's a 3-step approach to purchasing adequate auto insurance at competitive pricing. The 3 steps are, first, you get a copy of my free consumer guide. You get it by calling the office, 352-373-8000, or go to meldonlaw.com, and you can download a version of it on the top of the home page. Just look for the button. And once you've read my consumer guide, you can read it in 20 minutes. You'll know more about auto insurance than your neighbor, and you should then make an appointment with your local automobile insurance agent and go meet with them, bring the book, show them my recommendations that are all summarized on one page, page 33, and let your insurance agent come up with some recommendations and quotes. They're professionals. When you call a 800 number or you go online, you're not getting a professional on the line. You're getting somebody who was probably hired a week or a month ago and is just learning the business. They have no idea of what your personal needs are. So don't succumb to what I call the easy way to hell, which is talking to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Go to your local agent. Once you've gone to your local agent, you know what you need. Your local agent can probably meet or beat the price of anybody online. There's no secret there. So why would you go online and talk to some person who's not knowledgeable? Doesn't make sense. Anyhow, that's Buying Florida Auto Insurance, and I hope that you take advantage of it. Again, call us at 352-373-8000 or go to meldonlaw.com. It's all free. It's a public service. We try to educate the community to make sure you and your family are well protected. Anyhow, that's going to wrap it up for Meldon Law and Friends on this episode. We want to thank our guest, Rae Finley, for doing a great job. And let's see if we can bring home some winning basketball here at the University of Florida. If anybody knows groups that want to come, give me a call. I'll make arrangements to get them into the arena. We love seeing kids, especially the Sunday matinees. You can reach me at the office, 352-373-8000, and I'll help get your group into the game. Anyhow, that's a wrap on Meldon Law and Friends. I want to thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back next week with a new edition.